There's a big story we're tracking on India Today. First, to be reported on this channel that how PETA, which is the animal activist group that has challenged the Jallikattu order that's been passed by Tamil Nadu and Karnataka. Now, this order was passed to ensure that Jallikattu and Kambala take place in the respective states, but now they've decided to approach the Apex Court on January 31st. The Apex Court had refused to stay the new legislation while hearing the petition of a number of animal welfare bodies. However, it had permitted the associations to amend the pending petitions for challenging the law. Also, animal rights group PETA has said it will move the Supreme Court challenging this legislation on the account of cruelty to the animals. The body has not yet decided on whether it will challenge the state assembly legislation separately or it will be one combined petition. We've had voices coming in the morning from the Jallikattu organizers who have said that we will fight tooth and nail against such petition in the court. They've said that we've reposed our faith in the state government also because a counter will need to be filed. If there is a decision taken by Supreme Court, then it would mean that another movement of public sentiments that we saw in Tamil Nadu could be repeated. Now, Bala Somi, the Jallikattu organizer, is with us. Also, Purva Joshipura, who is a PETA activist, is joining us. Going across first to Purva, can you tell us, Purva, the contentions being made in the petition that you're planning to lodge in the Supreme Court?
Yes, well, look, I mean, we can see just from recent weeks that Jallikattu is still inherently cruel, just as it always was. There's been 11 human deaths, at least 4 bull deaths, and over 800 people have become injured at these Jallikattu spectacles. That shows once again that no amount of regulation can eliminate the inherent cruelty of this blood sport. The bulls are still being panicked. They're still being to run from fear, which is causing them to run into barriers, run into people, injure themselves, injure others. Anyone can watch any of the Jallikattu events that have been appearing on television, and you can still see these bulls being hit with sticks, being prodded into crowds they don't want to go into, having their tails twisted and broken. So it is PETA's duty as an animal protection group to continue to stand by the bulls. That's what we did the first time around, and that's what we're going to continue to do.
All right. In fact, Purva, we'll also request you to fix up that audio connection. There's too much of echo to hear your voice. But I just want to get across another point that Jallikattu order has been passed by the state assemblies now. So what are the legal options that you'll be exploring? What are the sections that you'll be exploring from your legal advisory team? What is the legal routes that you're planning to take at the Supreme Court?
A little bit better. The original matter when it was in the Supreme Court had found that a state law cannot contradict a central government law. And the central government law, the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals Act 1960, makes it very, very clear that it is illegal to cause animals unnecessary suffering. The original Supreme Court order had also considered the Constitution. The Constitution of our country makes it the mandate of every Indian citizen to have compassion for all living beings. And so any state law which allows a contradiction of these central government laws, I think is questionable.
All right, Purva, let me take this question now to Bala Somu, who's joining us now. Sir, PETA is quite clear in challenging the order by the state assemblies in the courts today. But we've also seen, in spite of the state assembly order, especially in Tamil Nadu, to organize Jallikattu, for example, under several restrictions, we've seen at least 129 injuries, 2 people reportedly dead, and also the rules not being followed on the ground. And on that account, if this court order is passed, what will be your next move? If Jallikattu is stayed once again by the court as we're looking at a petition moved by PETA, what would be your response?
Well, PETA has the right to move the court. We don't deny it. Anybody can do that for that matter. Even we are also mulling options against PETA against their killings. So we might also be going to court against PETA against the killing of innocent puppies and kittens that it does every day. That's a separate topic. Let me come to our topic. See, regarding what Purva Joshipura was saying, that animals are abused. I don't think this is a fact. Okay, so if they are talking about animal abuse, they have to prove it. Right now, we have lots of regulations in place. We have a regulatory body that is functioning. We have police officials. We have government officials who are actually conducting.
So another public movement, are you banking on another public movement if there is yet another order to stay Jallikat?
The public movement was the precipitation of the sentiment of not just Tamil people, it was of all Indians against these foreign funded NGOs which have been interfering in all Hindu religious festivals, just like Jallikattu or elephants or whatever.
Now, Mr. Shomu, we've been talking since morning and you've been alleging that PETA is a foreign organization. You've alleged that PETA is also indulging in burning of puppies and kittens. Let me get the clarification from Purva. Purva, you want to say something? Go ahead.
Yes, thank you so much for that. PETA India is an Indian organization. It is entirely separate from PETA abroad. And the allegations of killing of puppies and kittens is absolutely false. It has no bearing whatsoever in reality. What is real and what is being reported in the media is that bulls are definitely
Purva, coming to the Jallikat fight. Purva, coming to the Jallikat fight. Purva, coming to the Jallikat fight, the petitions that you would be lodging in the Supreme Court. Now, you've also challenged Kambala, which is organized in Karnataka. Will these be two petitions? Will you be challenging with one petition? What's going to be the strategy in the Supreme Court today?
Well, I'm not a lawyer, but we have lawyers we are consulting on that matter as to which strategy would be the best strategy. Obviously, all cases of bulls, whether it's buffalo bulls or other bulls, and these spectacles has been proven to be absolutely true. Kambala also forces the buffaloes to run beyond the point of exhaustion. They froth at the mouth, they pant, they struggle incredibly. Their tails are also twisted and broken. Their nose ropes are also yanked to force them to run. So all of these are cruelties which happen to bulls, and so we are now seeking advice as to which way would be the best way forward.
Declaration of FCRA funds. They have been getting funds every year from their
But Mr. Shomu, the fact is not about PETA. Mr. Shomu, let me come in, sir. Sir, let me come in. Mr. Shomu, the fight is not about the foreign funds being given to PETA. The fight is about the Indians being injured and killed in a Jallikat festival, about how norms are not being followed when Jallikat festival is organized. Mr. Shomu, you need to listen to me. The question is, the fight is not about whether PETA is getting foreign funds or not. The fight is about that whether Indians are getting injured. Yes, 129 of them injured in the past 15 days in which Jallikat was organized after it was legalized by State Assembly under public pressure. 2 people were dead in this entire festival. There were bulls who were also injured. Reports are coming in and these reports cannot be denied. So here is the point, sir. Even if the Tamil Nadu Assembly has passed the order, you are an organizer of Jallikat yourself. That why is it that the norms are not being followed, sir? And in that event, the animal cruelty is quite evident, for which PETA is taking an action. So it's incumbent on your organization to ensure that Jallikat festival, if at all it has to be conducted, should be under supervision, should be safe for people who are participating in this sport as directed by the Tamil Nadu Assembly.
Yes. Actually, Jallikattu, each organization is being conducted under strict supervision. Each festival, each event has over
Purva,
1 lakh to 3 lakh.
Purva, do you agree with it? Do you agree with it? Do you agree with it? It's just an order being passed because of the public sentiment, but at the end of the day, the facts are quite clear that norms are not being followed, and at least there needs to be some accountability of the lives that are lost.
Please, no. Norms are being
Yes,
followed.
absolutely.
Do you take account of how many
does not
people get injured in
determine
football matches?
what the laws are. The laws are very clear in stating that it is illegal to cause animals unnecessary harm, that it is illegal to beat them, to pounce on them, to make them break their bones, to make them die. And let me also speak about the human beings who are losing their lives at these Jallikattu events. These are fathers. These are
Who is an
sons.
alpha
These
male,
are often
alpha
people
male
who
that
are
is
the
territorial,
only
that loves
earners
to play,
of
that
their
loves to
family.
keep
I mean, this
strangers
type
away.
of thing
Nobody has
cannot
to
be
beat a bull.
considered
It shows Purva
acceptable. This
Joshipura
is,
has never seen a bull
this is
in her life.
outdated. This is a blood sport. And it has been, and it's in contradiction to
Okay.
our central
Okay, last
government
word.
laws and our requirements as Indian citizens.
I
to
asked
Okay,
be
last
kind to
word.
animals.
All right,
And
Mr.
the
Somu.
numbers speak for themselves.
Absolutely,
That's-
Mr. Somu. Okay, hold on. This is turning into a shouting match early in the morning. Now, Mr. Somu, last word from you now. That PETA has now been decided to approach the Supreme Court, is taking a legal action now. What is going to be your next move? Because as a Jallikattu organizer, we'd seen that your organization was quite vocal when it came to removing the stay on the ban, because the Supreme Court will require facts, sir. They will not get into the public sentiments that we've seen on the ground. They will take a decision on the facts, and the facts are simple. The order from the Tamil Nadu Assembly is not followed in toto. The order from the Tamil Nadu Assembly to ensure that bulls are not harmed is not followed. There are injuries of reports that have been there are injuries of bulls that have been reported. 129 people have been injured in the sport. In the past 15 days, it was organized. 2 people killed, sir. How do you counter these facts?
Okay, we will be going to court and arguing against this. We are not banking on sentiment. Okay, that doesn't work in court. We know that. We are only going to base all this on facts. On facts that PETA is putting up, saying there has been animal abuse. That is primarily what PETA is talking. Once you say there is no animal abuse, they will change track and say so many people are injured. Okay.
I have to give word. Now I have to give time to Purva as well. No, okay, Mr. Somo, I've got your stand. Now, Purva, now that it seems to be a long tussle, there has much mudslinging also that's happened on PETA. You've seen the kind of public sentiments on the ground which have turned against PETA. There have been voices to ban PETA, especially from the country as well. It's been a long fight, and PETA still approaching the Supreme Court, and it will be a serious issue to watch out for, because is PETA now ready for the kind of public backlash that you've seen in Tamil Nadu and Karnataka as well?
Yes, see, again, mob rule cannot determine what is right. And what is right is that animals must be protected, that human beings must be protected. And there's way more people in India who care about animals than those who don't. So we have way more support than what we saw as far as people coming out in favor of Jallikattu. There's way more people who stand by the animals.
All right, Mr. Balasoma, I'm afraid I'm out of time, sir. Sir, I'm out of time completely. Appreciate you joining us today on India Today. Appreciate Purva joining us today on India Today.